DJA TV.
Presented by the president. Oh, Your Excellency, former governor, our chairman, former senator. And once you're a senator, you're always a senator. After the presentation of the national budget, the Senate and the House of Rep will now write to the various agencies of the federation, not agencies of the federal government. NPA, Nigerian Post Authority, it's not an agency of the federal government, but of the federation. NIMASA, Central Bank, FRS, and about 60 others to bring their budgets secretly. They would then bring their budget, which has nothing to do with the budget of all of us. What happened this year? The federal government presented a budget of 10 trillion. The central bank alone presented and had passed 1.3 trillion budget. Central bank, 10% of the budget of the country. I don't know how you can run a country like that. I'm therefore urging you, sir. So when the central bank gives out loans to state government, you must ask, where are you getting the money from? It's our money. Please show interest in this area. And I also beg you, sir, the annual report of the Auditor General of the country exposes massive fraud in these agencies. The Governors Forum must have a committee to work with the Auditor General of the country so that money saved from the agencies can go to the Federation account for development. I'm submitting here, sir, that the management of the economy includes the appointment of personnel, the board members of this company. Right now, sir, these agencies that are owned by the country have the appointments of board members made by the president alone. It's not quite right, and I know you can make a case. It's so bad that some of the appointments have nothing to do with the law. I take NNPC, the cash cow. The NNPC, by virtue of Section 1 of his act, shall have 6 members. Today, it has 9 members, including somebody who put his own name there, the chief of staff to the president. The danger, sir, the danger is that any contract signed by that body can be set aside. Anybody can go to court to say some of those two parts in the meetings for the award of contract are not known to law. And so please do something. NDDC, this concerns Ondo State. There shall be 19 members of the board of NDDC. One of them shall come from this state. But what has happened, sir? The Senate, the 9th Senate, Senator Adetumbi, you were one of those who screamed when it was time for the president to inaugurate them. He decided to jettison the board and appointed an interim committee. I'm submitting here. There's no provision in the NDD's Act for an interim committee. Ondo State must be one of the states that should question the appointment of the interim committee. 2, the Senate surprised all of us when it decided to pass the budget of the NDDC after the embarrassing appointment of interim committee. Allocation of oil blocks, because Your Excellency will want to know when the rain started to beat us. Under President Babangida, the military president, the oil blocks owned by all of us, oil blocks belonging to all of us, are given out to friends Professor Soyinka wrote a book last year and said allocation of oil blocks was so recklessly done that a former president, I won't mention his name, gave one oil block to his girlfriend. Oh yes, I won't mention, in a book. He mentioned the man. He didn't question him. Akete, I'm sure you know the man. By the way, Your Excellency, when the Commissioner for Education was talking about you, and that you normally sing and dance when religious songs are being rendered in the church or wherever you are, Your Excellency, I wish to inform this distinguished audience that apart from singing songs of praise, my governor here also sings and dances Fela's music. In fact, there was a meeting we had in Cameroon. We couldn't get a musician to perform. And the governor of Ondo State now, Olurotimi Akeredolu, performed and sang Fela's song all throughout the night. Sirs, Section 44 of the Constitution says that the entire property in any land containing mineral resources, including oil, shall be taken over by the federal government and vested in the government for Nigerian people. Therefore, by taking my oil at the backyard of the people in Ondo State here, under the Land Use Act, under the Constitution, that asset must be used for the development of the country. If you now give an oil block to an individual, you have committed a breach of the Constitution. Somebody got an oil block, and I should say this, because it's one of the people asking the youths to be prepared for a war. I don't know where he's going to get his war from. This is a general. He's asking people, take the law into your hands. Because government has collapsed. But why is he saying that? This general got an oil block. He sold part of the shares. He didn't know what to do with the money. He went to a bank. Bank cannot for his family. He came out to say, I have $500 million extra. I don't know what to do with it. That's 180 billion naira. I'm suggesting here, if individuals can be given oil blocks, no, they shouldn't be given oil blocks. State governments and the federal government should be given oil blocks so that they will have money to pay salaries and money for development. Talk about security. But in the security area, sir, I'm challenging our governments to take control of law and order in their states. I was reading the Catholic bishops this morning, accusing President Buhari of not prosecuting headers, S-men. No. It is not the business of President Buhari or the Attorney General of the Federation to prosecute headers. It is the business of state government. The point I'm making is that murder, culpable homicide, kidnapping, armed robbery, and other offenses are the affairs of state government. In Ondo State here, when Chief Alai was kidnapped a few years ago, and the criminal elements were arrested, they were tried in this state and prosecuted successfully. The current trial going on of the billionaire kidnapper, Evans, in Lagos, is being handled by the Lagos State government. As a matter of fact, the EFCC was prosecuting John Abebe, President Obasanjo's in-law. The Attorney General of the Federation filed a nolle prosequi to terminate the proceedings. The EFCC said no. You know why? EFCC said, we got fiat from the Attorney General of Lagos State to prosecute this man, not from Abuja. And the court upheld the objection. And the case is going on. So that shows the powers of our state government to control security law and order in their state. They find out one on that one. Your Excellencies, the federal government has just made a law to stop police from prosecuting in our courts. All federal courts, the police can no longer prosecute. But the police prosecutors are still operating in our court. I'm begging you, Your Excellency, to join the state governments that have taken over control of prosecution in their state, so that you have your own lawyers to prosecute all criminal offenders in Ondo State. Let me try to round up by telling you, sir, the areas where our governments, where state governments have fought and defeated the federal government. One, control of land in states. The federal government put land in the Constitution, Land Use Act, and wanted to control land. The state governments went to court and won. Maintenance of law and order in the state. Collection of entertainment law levies. Before, the federal government was collecting entertainment fees. Lagos State won that battle. Ratification of federal government land in Lagos. Lagos also won that battle. Abolition of onshore, offshore. The oil producing states won that battle. Power to legislate on sport and lotto. Lagos won that battle. 13% derivation, including assets, resources in the onshore, offshore. The oil producing states won that battle. Operation in inland waterways. Lagos has won that battle. I can go on and on and on. The point I'm making, therefore, is that our state government, if you want a pragmatic approach, can study the Constitution very well and take control of many areas. Local governments and the rest of them, the courts have said, the federal government has nothing to do there. Licensing of vehicles, which is still handled by FRSC all over the country. Lagos State said no, because we have the largest number of vehicles in Nigeria. So you can't register for them. FRSC, please, don't go to court. We shall share the revenue from licensing. And I think other states should look at what Lagos has done in that area. Sir, while I commend you for Amotekun, Your Excellency, the chairman of APC Governors Forum, there's something you are not doing. Section 153 of the Constitution has created the Nigerian Police Council. That body is made up of 39 members. The president is the chairman. The 36 state governors are members. IG and chairman Police Council. But that body had limits. So if the president is calling the regular meeting of National Security Council, he must also be calling the meeting of the Police Council. What are the powers of the Police Council, sir? To organize, administer, and supervise the Nigerian police force. But what has happened since 1999? The president alone is allowed to exercise police powers. The Constitution has granted this a joint responsibility. What has happened? Section 216 of the Constitution says the president cannot appoint or remove an IG without the advice of the Nigerian Police Council. What happens in Nigeria? An IG is removed. The governors read about it like all of us. The president would then appoint an acting IG, and usually retired all the seniors of the new acting IG. After the IG has started for 6 months, the president would then summon the meeting of Nigerian Police Council for ratification of the appointment. That is not the intent of the Constitution. Duty of local governments. Just 3 months ago, the federal government decided to award contracts for building of toilets in all the country, in all our local governments. I'm saying here, under the schedule to the Constitution, public convenience shall be provided by local government. I'm therefore submitting that the federal government has no business with building toilets. How will you know where a toilet should be located in Akure anyway? I'm therefore submitting that our state government should remind the federal government, this is not your area. The money you want to spend on this, transfer it to the local government so that they can build these toilets. The final one is on the recovery of the loot of the country. Professor Sage, the Committee on Presidential Advisory Council, recently met the president that, and the president was told about 1 trillion naira has been collected from alleged looters. And the president ordered there and then, take the money to the TSA, that is Federal Government Treasury account. And you know what is going to be done? The money will be used to fund the budget of the federal government. I've sent a proposal to the Governors Forum to say this money was stolen from the NNPC and the Central Bank. Therefore, you are entitled to 48% of the money. The Nigerian Governors Forum has not even acknowledged the receipt of the letter. Now that the chairman is here, Your Excellency, I'm begging you, ask for your own share of that money. And if the federal government is not willing to give you your own share of the money, I'll provide my legal services, pro bono publico. I won't take money from you. That's what I mean. Let me answer by thanking the government and people of Ondo State for asking me to raise issues affecting this imbroglio. But what I've done in my conclusion is that, one, the federal government has taken more powers than it can really genuinely exercise. Federal government should have nothing to do with agriculture, water resources, and the rest of them. But I'm also saying that the power that are vested in our state and local government under the Constitution are not being exercised. I've said further that even in the exclusive legislative list, for the purpose of development, the federal government is not averse to your encroaching there. I would therefore want to end by asking the Nigerian Governors Forum, with the support of the leading lawyer amongst them, to be prepared to fight a battle. This has nothing to do with party alliance. But for the fact that we have gone to court to file and prosecute some of the cases I mentioned, many of the state government will have collapsed by now because of economic crunch. I therefore thank you, the entire people of Ondo State.
DJ ATV. DJ ATV.
People don't say no, they don't like it. Welcome to DJ ATV.
DJ ATV. DJ ATV. DJ ATV. DJ ATV.
Some of the delegates and ask them questions.
DJ ATV. DJ ATV. DJ